Thanks, Evan. Hey, Carson.
How's it going?
Good, man. How are you doing?
Good.
Two things for you. First off, when you came here in January, you knew that this was a good offensive line. Did you know it was this good an offensive line?
I knew they were really good. Um, I mean, I guess to assume that they would be this good would be kind of a false statement, but I knew they were really, really good. I just didn't know how good, you know? And I think the longer that I was here and the more I watched them work and the more I watched them put time into their craft and their technique and film and everything, I slowly started to put the pieces of the puzzle together and realized just how good they were going to be.
And for a question about Louisville for Friday, Pitt hit some deep ones on them, but nobody else really has. What stands out to you, particularly about their deep guys and just how airtight they've kind of been back there for the most part this year?
Yeah, well, they're primarily a one high team, which again, it's a lot more difficult to, hit those big post balls or deep shots with teams like that are kind of playing over the top and like almost kind of like an umbrella a little bit for the most part. But Pitt was able to, hit some deep shots, which were A, really good balls and I mean, B, really good routes by wide receivers. They made plays, right? Is what you have to do against a defense like that. This is one of the better defenses, if not the best, in my opinion, that we've played just based off of what they do and how they challenge you, and also the players that they have. They're going to challenge you. They're obviously every defense is going to try to stop the run, but they also have those guys in the back end that are able to cover and do those things really well. So again, we're it's going to be a challenge, but it's something that we're looking forward to and just going out there and executing.
Thank you.
All right, Luca, we'll go to you and then Jordan.
Carson, how you doing, man?
Oh, good.
Just wanted to go back to the O line real quick. They've been really good this year at keeping you, from feeling pressured, keeping you in your pocket. Why does that grow your confidence kind of as a quarterback to know you got those guys blocking for you and, it's excelled in your numbers so far this year?
Yeah, again, the position of quarterback is so, I mean, it's so essential that I have people around me and talent around me. And to have that O line it's been awesome this year. I typically get the ball out very quick, right? That's just something that I've always done, I think, in my entire career. But now there's a little extra time, so there's some things that I may be able to do or hang on something a little longer before I get down to a check down or have to get down to this route or go through my progression a little bit quicker. I can hang on a couple things a little longer, and obviously that depends on what the defense is in as well. Are they pressuring? Are they or this, that, or the other? Right? I could keep going all day about what a defense could do to you, but again, it's been really comforting. And again, that the run game is what really stands out, and especially with those backs. But the O line's been working their tail off this year, and they've been playing really, really well. It's been really impressive.
All right, Jordan, we'll go to you and then Matt.
Hey, Carson, you touched on it a little bit, but just how multifaceted your offense has been so far this season. You guys have won games when the run game takes over. You've won games where you've had to be had the pass get the passing game going. You've had long drives. You've had quick strikes. Just what impresses you the most about what you guys have done through 5 games, and what's next? What's the next step for the offense?
What's impressed me most is really what you just said. I think the consistency of the range of what our offense is able to do to execute and win games is what's been the most impressive. And what can we continue to do, or what should we do better, is exactly that, is continuing to stay consistent, have a capacity for boredom. Don't get bored with what we do. Continue to do what we do and continue to execute what we do. I think a lot of teams and coaches go wrong when they start trying to find new things and find new stuff that you're not essentially good at, but you think that magically just what you do is just not going to work anymore. Like that's not how it works. Obviously, there's wrinkles that we throw in and different things that we like to add because I believe that we have the capacity and the players to be able to do that intellectually and also from a physical standpoint. But again, just continue to stay consistent and do what we do and just have a capacity for boredom and continue executing.
All right, Matt, we'll go to you and then Adam.
Okay, great. Thanks for taking the time, Carson. you guys just had your second bye in 3 weeks, and you mentioned how sort of you are what you are, and good luck stopping it. But what were some of the major areas of emphasis this past week with the bye? Not just maybe on the field, but also mentally, making sure you stay sharp for every game, all that stuff. Can you talk to that a little bit?
Yeah, I think the biggest thing for me always on a bye week is just kind of getting consistent back with my feet and my eyes. I think there's times where you play in games and you kind of get in that game flow where, there's pressure, they can actually hit you, it's a lot different than practice. But kind of honing it back down, focusing on my feet, focusing on where my eyes are, going through my reads so that once I get to the game, it's second nature, right? And I can just go out there and react and play ball, right? I don't need to be thinking about that type of stuff when I'm on the field. So it's always what I've done on bye weeks. And usually it helps and kind of, centers you once you go back on the field, out for a game after you've had a week off.
All right, Adam, we'll go to you, and then Andrew, you'll wrap us up.
Hey Carson. So Akeem was talking about how like y'all's O line is the best he's gone against. So from the other point of view, looking at facing this D line, UM line in practice. Obviously, they don't get to hit you in practice, but going against them and seeing what they're capable of. Just if you were an opposing quarterback, just what would you think about them? I guess what would you feel? How would you feel about them?
Well, yeah, I'm glad they can't hit me, because I would be hurting sometimes. There's times where, we get into third down periods and things like that, and those dudes are reared back and they're coming at you. You see it. You guys see it in the games. I get to see it every day at practice. It completely helps our O line 100%. I believe, to answer your question, that they're the best D line in the country, and they've shown that, right? They've shown that, and obviously paired with our back end, they go hand in hand. So again, our defense have played really great this year. Uh, I feel bad for opposing teams that have to prepare for them, but I get to go against them every single day. So it's made our offense a lot better, and it's the whole kind of iron sharpens iron mentality.
All right, Andrew, you bring us home.
Hey, Carson, thanks for doing this. You've been in the situation before, ranked number two, everyone talking about playoff expectations. What's kind of like your mindset? And I'm wondering if you've talked to your teammates about this, about ignoring the outside noise and just focusing on what needs to be done week after week to ultimately reach the goal that you guys have.
Yeah, I've been on championship teams, and I've been on teams that have been top five, number one in the country. It means literally nothing. And not even speaking about the past, but speaking about right now, and what I try to, communicate and get across to these guys is, well, these same people that are telling you you're the best and good, telling we're telling you that we were going to go 8-4 and we were going to suck before the season. So you're going to listen to them now that they're saying that you're good, even though they were just telling you that you suck before we went out and played Notre Dame week one. Like that's the thing that doesn't really faze me or get to me, where it's like, bro, like just keep playing ball. You got to do what you got to do. You got to keep doing what got you here, right? Because a lot of teams at this time of the year, they start to go like this. They start to tank and they start to get tired, right? It's just it is what it is. The season is long, and you play a tough physical style of ball, and that can be difficult to continue and not get complacent, right? So everything in this program right now is focused on not becoming complacent, staying consistent, keep doing what got you here to this point, and continue to go out and execute on Saturdays. Obviously, we play on Friday this week, but normally it's Saturday. So that's kind of the message around this team, and that's what we're going to continue to do.